good?
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm gonna adjust the camera a little bit. Hi, just fixing the camera because, well, it's not how I want it. Is that better? All right. So, you wanna?
Welcome to Outlaw Edge. Anybody out there?
Or,
Oh, Lindsay Mopar's already hitting us up. So,
yay.
cool. You guys hear us all right? Glenn?
I know you did. You totally told me not to trip over that. I'm actually freezing, so I'm gonna go find my sweatshirt. If you want to just
Yeah.
introduce what we're doing or say what we're doing.
So tonight we're doing a live, and we asked people to call, not call in, but text in some questions that they wanted us to answer. And if some of these questions are too personal, like one of the guys said, I think it was Toad XY3. He said if it's too personal, whatever, don't even worry about answering it, whatever. So you want.
I don't care.
And so that's the thing is if it's too personal or whatever, I just won't even answer it. If you guys are gonna be jackasses, you'll get blocked. You'll get taken off here. And
Pretty much. That's pretty much how it goes. What else? I can't think of nothing else. But anyways, you want to just get started with questions?
It sucks because it's always like.
I know, like we can't see. This is kind of sucky.
Here.
Oh.
Hold on, give us 1 second, you guys.
I'll just smile. I don't know. It doesn't really look that much different. Is that
Hold
better?
on. How do you bring yours
Like that. Except no, you can see the ceiling. It's because you're tall. Okay. Anyway, sorry. We're trying a new little setup here, and it feels a little wonky. I don't know. If it's weird, let us know. I think we have one leg longer than the other. All right, why don't you get started and we'll figure it out.
So one of the first questions that we had on here, I'm not gonna do them in order. I just grabbed 2 pieces of paper that she printed out, and it was from Resto Rob. How you doing, Rob? And he says we need to find thumbs down guy.
Okay.
Thumbs down guy can suck it. Thanks for joining us, so you guys.
I'm not a fan of thumbs down guys. Oh, Aaron Herzog's here.
Aaron Herzog, sweet. What's up, bro?
Yay, Mopar month 62. Cool. Anyways, oh, and it's MT pocket builds. Sorry, I needed to wear like glasses, not contacts.
Well, me too. I can't even hardly see this.
We're like,
That's what happens when you get older.
it's our cheaters.
So the next question was from Toad XY3, and he's got a bunch of them on here. I see you love hammers, Arco, but what's Heidi's favorite tool in the shop, if any? Me.
It is my favorite tool.
What is your favorite tool in the shop?
Well, besides you, you know, I like my desk. No.
I would say probably the die grinder. She's always using the die grinder.
I do use the die grinder a lot when I get to be in here. Otherwise, I'm kind of fascinated with the English wheel. I think that is a lot of fun to use, but he doesn't trust me to do it alone yet because I'm kind of a little. I'm a little flighty. Let's just say I'm a little flighty. Maybe Ditzy would be a better word for it.
You're not one.
Well, I'm really great.
But the other tool, a lot of times we're using sanding blocks, like Lucky Blocks or whatever, in our shop. And a lot of the times she's using doing block sanding or hand sanding or taping.
Yeah, taping.
And that's most of the stuff that she does.
If I had one of them little tape things, I would be like the happy girl on the planet.
Yeah, so if you know anybody that wants to sponsor some of those tape things, we need some.
Yeah, and I always have to, when I'm sanding, my favorite tool is the Respirator because I can't breathe. I'm old. I can't breathe.
So I don't want this to go on for like forever tonight. Yeah, we're going to just do a quick deal. And I appreciate everybody right here joining us tonight.
That's a lot.
And the next question was, where did you learn your skills and use do you use other forms of welding other than MIG in the shop? And that was from Jay Lacey 4. And we do TIG welding, we do arc welding. The arc welding we usually do when we're like working on Aaron's truck or something like that, or something real heavy
equipment.
Like heavy equipment. We'll use arc welding all the time for that. The TIG welding is for the fine stuff. Aaron Herzog, I wanted to talk to you about that anyways, about TIG welding. And then I got my other buddy that is Dave Smithers. I'm going to try to get his ass up here to help me do some TIG welding, because what happened is when I moved here from California doing TIG welding and coming here, I got a different welder and I'm still trying to relearn everything. So, and honestly, I haven't had a bunch of time to do TIG welding, but MIG welding I do all the time, every day.
And I literally said, we bought you that stupid welder and you don't use it. And he just throws up his hand.
Yeah, we use it. It's just not a lot.
We use it, yeah, not as much. And so I think I get to thinking that we don't use it, but We do, and it gets moved around, and it's just one of those things that I don't see him using it all the time, so sometimes I think he doesn't use it enough. When you put a lot of money into something. Can you guys hear us? I think they can.
What's up, Mr. Wayne Reynolds? How you doing, brother?
Hey! Oh, the showroom. It is in my imagination as we speak. It is, we're kind of changing it up a little bit. The big showroom that's going to be on the front, we're postponing that a little bit, but the one we were going to build is going to be a lot bigger than we'd initially planned, because it was going to be just like an office for Chase and I, because my kids are in distance learning, and my son with autism, Chase, he needs to go away from home to actually do school. It's an autism thing with him where there's a separation. Anyways, we were going to build an office for me and him. Well, it is now morphed into an office / showroom. So we're pretty excited about that.
We got a really good guy. I'm not going to say no names on here because I don't think he wants his name mentioned.
He's a really good guy.
He's going to help us out with that as much as he can, and we're going to help him out in the future. And he's just an awesome guy, you know.
Yeah, and we're super excited to kind of shift the shop around a little bit and create like a different workflow. We're kind of, the last couple of years, we've really been working out what works and what doesn't work in this space. It's because now we're really settled, and I think you have to like figure out what works. And we were literally just discussing it, and that's kind of why we were late. I was having a little bit of technical difficulties, and we were discussing what's next. So we're excited. What do you see, babe?
Well, that's what he's not going to do.
Oh, if somebody knocks on the door, we're going to ignore them. So you guys ignore them too.
Because it's dark anyways, they don't need to be here. After hours, go away. Unless it's Aaron.
Oh, NC Mopar can hear us. What TIG welder do you think is a good first TIG welder?
I don't know. I love that Eastwood, the one you're talking about right there, the Eastwood TIG 200. That's the one I have.
Yeah.
And I really like it. And Dave Smithers was showing me that, you know, to use like the point 035 welding wire, the MIG welding wire, and cut it off. And that's what I've been doing. And it's, you know, I can get some really good welds. But anytime I go any thicker, it's a pain in the ass. It's sticking, it's balling up, and it looks like crap. I mean, it's, you know.
I should be the TIG welder in the shop.
Oh, God. She'd set the whole shop on fire.
I can weld.
But to your question about the welding, the other thing that I do is gas welding. I like to gas weld too. That's old school. The old coat hanger and gas welding or welding wire and, you know, brazing and all that. I do a lot of that too. So on certain jobs, you know, stuff that you need to do it on. The next question, so we don't make this like a 12-hour freaking day or whatever.
Why not?
The Prospectors 3, he had a question that says, if you had to pick one project as your ultimate expression of your skills, what would you build? So right now we're doing a car for SEMA, and we have another car over in the body shop that's a coach-built car that I'm trying to finish, but we couldn't use that for this build-off that we're doing. So we ended up building Rogue, and what I want to do is I'd like to build, and I've been talking to Mike. I almost called him Mustache Mike. Sorry, brother, if you're listening. We call you Mustache Mike, by the way.
Because I have a brother, Mike. So if he starts talking about Mike, I don't know if he's talking about you or my brother. So we don't have a lot of Mikes, but we just have enough. Anyways.
So I was talking to Mike about it, and what I'd like to do is I want to build an old school, like, I don't know what you call it, not a Lamborghini, but like not a Ferrari, but kind of a mix of like a morph of the two. You know, I'd like to do something like that with the, and I don't want one of the squared off cars. I want something with a bunch of round panels and whatever. So I don't know. It's one of the things, you know, in a couple of years, maybe we'll be able to do it, but we're working on that too. So we'll see what happens.
But I also think the close expression to you, what your dream car is the coach built car that they can see in numerous videos in the background. That car is.
I like the big crew element wheel style cars, the big open roadsters and long fenders, big long, you know, V12s or whatever, with the headers coming out of the side of the hood and stuff. That's like my dream car. So one of the next questions from my traveling mechanic. I keep saying 4, but it says 4 days ago, so I screwed that up. So my traveling mechanic, can you do a video on how to build replacement rocker panel and pinch welds? If we have like a Chevy truck or something that comes in here and we're going to cut out those panels, those rockers and stuff, and, you know, I'll definitely do a video. If you go check out some of my old videos, there's actually some videos on our channel doing the rockers and the cab corners and all that good stuff. So
do you wonder though if, I mean, I know we could build them, but you can get them so reasonable in good thick metal. I mean, like that are already preformed and they fit. And I'm
And
gonna do a
we
little
use-
plug for my favorite group, or my
Browns.
favorite, Browns of Two Rivers. And I think it's their website's cooltruckparts.com. They have always got the best aftermarket parts that we've seen. We can put them on and they fit. That doesn't happen with
And
every
they're thick.
aftermarket. And
They're a little bit thicker than the
yeah, I
stock
think they're 18 gauge.
Chevys or whatever vehicles that you're using. The newer cars have a lot thinner sheet metal, so it makes it nice because you can flange them and bump them right up to the cap corners or the rockers, whatever you're putting on, and just weld the piss out of them. And Paco knows this.
Yeah.
You can put some spot welds in there, and then a lot of people are gluing them on, which I don't care for the gluing.
No.
I see, like here in Minnesota, I see the gluing on the panels and the rockers and stuff. I see those being a huge pain in the ass. But as far as building the rockers on the newer stuff, I wouldn't even do it because stuff like that you can just order from Browns or one of these aftermarket companies. But that's the thing is if you get aftermarket, you have to have something like Browns because they fit. They just literally snap right on and weld in. A lot of these other aftermarket companies, you order these parts, they show up and they're an inch and a half off. And I'm not joking.
No.
Aaron had a 56 Chevy out on the lift, and he says, "Hey, you got to come out here and check this out." So I shot out to the other shop, and I was actually talking to Inzi Mopar about this a while back. But we went to put the rockers on this car, and literally the body lines were like an inch and a half difference. And then Heidi and I also were doing a Pontiac
78
Firebird
Trans Am.
or Trans Am.
Yeah.
And we went to put the floors in it, and the body lines were like 2 inches, they weren't even close.
Not even close.
And it's like these aftermarket companies, they pump them out where they're putting those dies and they're pumped out 100 miles an hour. And what happens
Their
is after a
clearances
while,
are just broad. They just
Yep.
don't even care.
well, what happens, I think, is the dies start wearing out and they're moving around and stuff. And then pretty soon the panels is walking all over the place. And then, after 10 years of getting panels pressed out, pretty soon the panels are so bad that they don't even fit, But I don't know. I mean, that's.
Hey, Paco just, Crow Sweet. Is that what we call you, Kevin? Anyways, he said, yeah, Browns of Two Rivers. Maybe if you'd be doing me a huge favor, Paco, and throw in their website link, that'd be super.
If you're not too busy at Menards,
Are you at Menards again?
they're shopping.
Oh, anyways, so we have a loaf from the Atlantic Coast. Oh my gosh, I need my cheaters. Anyways.
So Paco was just saying on here, you tell Arco Paco will have loads of questions. No.
He said something about
Hey,
a shiny rat rod.
I already unfriended you anyways, bitch.
We have our shiny rat rod right here. See, look at how pretty she is. She's beautiful.
So the next question was from Resto Rob again. And it says, your first hot rod, rat rod, or muscle car that you built. I would say back in the day, I had a car that I got. I was real young, started building it. And I'm not going to tell you the whole story of what happened. But chopped the top, built the Carson top for it, laid it out on airbags, put a big-ass motor and stuff in it, customized it all, and the car got stolen. And it broke my heart. Everything got stolen off the car and stripped. And then I found out who got it, who sold it, where the car went. It broke my heart. And then what happened is then when I moved again, I bought another one and built the same car and then ended up selling that and, got married and had kids and all that. And just like my dream car just kind of went away from there. And then I built more ever since. But yeah, that would have to be my first one. So
What car was that?
Betsy.
Oh, and Betsy is a
54 Chevy, yeah, a chopped 54 Chevy. It was beautiful. It was a badass car.
yeah.
And that was, back in the day when I was learning how to cut glass for the windshields and chop the tops and, suicide doors and airbags and like I said, everything like that. That's one of the first ones. And then, and don't get me wrong, like I've told people before, when you're young and you're trying to do this stuff and trying to learn how to do it and whatever, practice on something else, chopping the top and stuff, because you're going to screw up a bunch of them before you get it right. And honestly, if you quit learning, then go home. Because when you're building cars and building panels and doing metalwork and fabrication skills and stuff like that, you use your brain, that's the stuff that, you got to really get in there and think about it. Challenge yourself. Don't just do the same thing over and over,
Yeah. Carolina Chris says hi, by the way.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
I feel an inspirational piece. I bring up someone else who is inspirational to you. But
Yeah, matter of fact, because of Carolina Chris is why I have my YouTube channel. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, you were shutting this down.
Yeah, I was going to shut down the YouTube channel, and that was back when I was like 2,000 subs or something.
Something like that, yeah.
And then Carolina Chris told me, he goes, hey, stick in there, just give it a shot, whatever. I was getting all pissed off at the YouTube thing and whatever. And I took my channel in a different direction, and Heidi says, hey, you should do this and this and this and whatever. And we kind of mixed it up with a little bit of bushcraft and metalworks and welding and knives and everything. And it just kind of took off from there. And here we are.
And that's basically how your channel is. It's kind of an extension of who you are and what you do.
Yeah,
So that,
it's just
that
a
makes
mess.
it.
It's a mess. That's what I do.
Yeah.
So, so the next question was from Toad XY again, and thanks for all the questions, bro. He said, if you could only use one hammer for the entirety of 2021, which would it be? That should be a tough one. Yeah, that is.
Are you gonna go pick one?
I don't know. What would it be?
I don't know.
That's a good one. That made me think.
So do
right
you
there.
want a bumping hammer or a finishing hammer? Or
Actually, I think what I would do if I had to do one hammer, I would probably build my own hammer, so I had one to use for the next, for a year. And if I could touch any of my other body hammers, I'd probably cry anyway. So
I would pick like a 13-pound sledge. Just say, because
But yeah, I'd
That's what you need.
probably have to build my own hammer to use that would have one end like a pointed style and the other end with like a
Where is
round
the
off.
hammer?
The hammer's right there.
Oh,
That's the best hammer in the world.
it is. Okay, hang on. Oh, look.
So this is like the coolest hammer ever. And this is the one that sits in my roadster.
Yeah, we take this to shows. We've used it. We used it at back to the 50s.
Yeah. When I broke my car doing burnout. So Toad XY again said, how did you get into all this metalworking car stuff? If I remember correctly, I think you mentioned your dad in a video or two. Yes, I did. If that's the case, can you tell the whole story of favorite memories of building something together, maybe causing trouble together? You don't want to hear the causing trouble together. There's some good ones. I won't even get into that. I'll probably go to jail if I let some of my secrets out.
Not only is it your dad, it's your like people that your dad brought into your life.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of it was like. My dad was very talented, and he had built a lot of motorcycles and fabrication, and he had some really good skills. We built some drag cars and trucks and stuff together, and we did some just badass cars, And he taught me a lot of neat things, tricks with welding. And the biggest thing, if I could take anything away that my dad taught me, is he showed me how to take nothing and make something badass out of it. That's kind of like the rat rod style of building, is when you have junk, but you take that junk and make it into something cool. And we built some cool cars together. And one of my favorites was another 54 Chevy car that I did. My grandpa had it, my sister had it, and then I ended up with it. And I did that car all tricked out in Stockton, California, and sold it. But I would say one of my biggest, what would you call it, like idols in the custom car world, besides like the Thaw and DQ and all the people that I grew up with, people that I grew up with and taught me awesome welding skills. Bruce Giannichini, I love that guy. I miss him. He passed away, and so did the Thaw. But all those guys taught me all the cool skills. But as I was growing up, and I'd go to every car show, me and my buddies, and I got to meet Bill Hines and Gator and Frank Livingston and Gene Winfield and all these guys. And Gene Winfield taught me so much growing up. And actually, this dashboard right here behind me is Gene Winfield's. That's out of his 1950 Mercury. And that was, I bought it. I won't go into it, but I bought a car from him, a 50 Mercury at a swap meet. And it was one of those things where I didn't have any money on me or whatever. I had like 25 bucks in my pocket. And he said, hey, it's yours. And so that was a huge inspiration. And that right there, being younger, it's all about the young kids. Pass the torch on, because this is a lost art. It's not something that's going to stay around. But now that I see what's happening with these younger kids, like Aaron Herzog, if you guys haven't checked him out, Aaron Herzog is like up here. And I've seen guys work for 30, 40 years that don't have the skills that this young kid has. So it's all about the young kids, getting the kids out there and teaching them, And so Gene Winfield, I'd say he's the top notch. That guy's the baddest. And he's still building cars, and he's 93 years old, And if I saw him tomorrow, I'd give him a big sloppy kiss.
Well, you didn't at SEMA, but you were close.
Well, I was like blown away that I got to see him again.
He was so speechless, and he was just kind of standing there because he just loves them. And I don't know. He is like, he's got a mind that's like a steel trap and doesn't forget anybody. But you could see that he knew he'd seen him before.
which is crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
Because I haven't, that was like,
It's
I
a
haven't seen him in
long
like 10 years.
time. Yeah, it's a long time before. But anyway, somewhere up in all these questions, Paco said something along the lines of that his 29 could be the Roadster. We can video that.
Hey, we got a drag race in this spring. It's on.
I'll video, honestly. It should be super fun.
I told you, don't be talking a mess. I knew you were going to do this, punk.
Yeah, and you know, we have our favorite channels. We always bring up NZ Moper, but you guys seriously need to check it out. That channel is awesome. And he's going to be posting a badass video soon. Whenever he posts it, you guys go watch because it's got all car guy stuff. And I'm not going to say anymore. If he wants to give a little verbal preview right there in the comments, he can.
So the next question was from Wrestle Rob, and he said, how many body hammers do you have? So I actually came in here about an hour before we set up the camera and started counting. So just my body hammers alone.
This isn't ball beans or anything.
Excuse me. And these are just body hammers with handles on them. I'm not even counting all the ones that don't have.
Project hammers.
Yeah. So I counted 143 body hammers, and those are the ones I use all the time, day in, day out. So there you go. Now the secret's out. 143 total.
But they have those 143 hammers have, you know, so do the math. You're talking almost 300 uses because a lot of them have two sides. So that's a lot of freaking hammers. But it's a lot of shapes and a lot of uses and a lot of reasons to have the hammers.
And that the other question from Todd XY was, that's why she showed the whammer, is you were asking about the hammer with a double head, joking around or whatever. Said, could you do a video for fun making a testing hammer with a head on each end?
I'll just show this again because the whammer is the schniz.
I know it's got a wrench on one side and a hammer on another, but I got another one that has a hammer,
okay,
and it's got a 3/8 ratchet on the other side.
But seriously, how many people have taken a crescent wrench and whacked something with it? For real. It's a hammer. If you whack things with it, I think I used, no, that wasn't a crescent wrench I used.
There was a couple times I wanted to throw that at people.
I did use the whammer, I didn't use the crescent wrench, but when I needed to pound a nail, and you can't use any of those 143 hammers to pound a nail. There was no nail pounding hammers in here.
So the next question is from Pollo Kiana. Is that how you say that?
You're asking
Pollo.
me.
I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
I have zero pronunciation skills.
Pollo Kiyama? Kiyama? I don't know, I'm not sure. But anyways, thanks for the reply, or the question.
Sorry we butchered your name.
How are you guys doing in general, and how are you feeling? We're awesome. We're just trying to make it through things right now. I know everybody's going through a lot of crap right now, but we're healthy, happy.
All of us except for Dottie.
So stuffed right now because we had a big Thanksgiving dinner yesterday.
Huge.
And I was eating food all day to get today, all leftovers again. But no, we're good. I appreciate you asking, you know?
Yep. It was a great day yesterday, and we do have a sick dog, which we're not happy about, but that's about it. Otherwise, things have been going really good. You know, like this stupid hybrid learning system, you know, whatever you call it, the hybrid learning stuff. We're doing that with the kids, so that takes up a lot of my time, which, you know, doubles up my workload and doubles up his stress. So he comes over here a little more because he's tired of all of us in the house.
If you guys haven't checked out NZ Mopar, go check his channel out too. And then Aaron Herzog, that's another channel that's awesome. He also is like NZ Mopar, where he does a lot of fabrication spiels and whatever. He's got a YouTube channel. And I'm trying to see some of the people that are on here right now. Todd XY, you're welcome, brother.
Oh, and Len, the aftermarket panels were from Browns of Two Rivers, and it's cooltruckparts.com, I believe. I did ask Paco to please post the link, but he's too busy talking crap. So I'll put the link in the description when my brain remembers.
He told me to unfriend him earlier.
Who? Paco?
Paco, yeah.
He told you to unfriend him?
Yeah, our bromance is over, man.
Can me and Veronica still hang out? Poor Paco. What do we got here? Any more details on the metal shaping class?
What's up, Chad? How you doing, brother?
We are trying to come up with how we're going to do that.
Yes, I could definitely use that damn radiator shell. Hell yeah. That'd be awesome.
I was talking.
I don't care.
He doesn't care. Right?
Anyways, the metal shaping class.
Shaping class. So we have some details to try to work out, like I'll have to, lodging and whatnot. We are in a town of 200, there is some lodging options. We just have to make sure that we know that we can put you guys up and, there's places for you to stay without having to drive 40 miles or more.
Yeah, because
that
where
would
we
probably be our biggest challenge. We
where
could
we
do one
live
tomorrow
is
without that.
it's what, an hour and a half to the next town.
No, the International Falls is 40 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean,
Which
that would be the next.
I wouldn't go into one of their hotels if you
Oh
paid
my
me.
gosh, no, they have some really nice places. Gosh, you're such a weirdo. No, actually, my aunt owns a hotel here, it's a cute little hotel, and then some of our friends have some lodging rooms that are like fully furnished houses, and you can cook in the kitchens and stuff, and actually one of the hotel places has a kitchenette too. So it's nice, there's some places, but we gotta make sure they're open when we do the classes. So that's like hurdle number one. Oh, look, I showed my little finger.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to set up the metal shaping classes. So it's going to be hard to do more than 5 people, have more than 5 stations, because I can only show so much spread out. And what we'll do is we'll spread it out in the shop, and I'll have 5 English wheels, 5 shrinking stumps, beater bags, hammers, everything set up. And I know I got Aaron Herzog and Mustache Mike. Mike is the guy. He's one of the guys from the International Radical Build-Off, and he's really interested too. I hope you guys don't mind me mentioning your names, but I know for sure that they'll be here. And then I think what we're going to do is we might do a class where we do like a 2-day class here, and then give a couple weeks and then do another 2-day class, and then another couple weeks, depending on how many people want to sign up for it. It won't be cheap, but I promise you that you will not be let down. We'll have like hats and shirts and stuff that'll go home with you, and we'll try to do some custom hammers to send home with you. Yeah. Where's Terry at? I haven't seen him on it.
I don't think he knew we were doing this. So.
Oh, I see how he is. We're gonna have to hit him up.
Oh, NZ Mopar says more burnouts soon.
Sweet.
Yeah. It says he's at Rev Rock Pop in Lawrence, New Zealand, doing a video right now. Other than he's watching us, so we're kind of screwing him out of probably some good footage.
Think I'm gonna send you that neon sign? Awesome, Chad. That'd be sick.
Yes, Wayne, I'm freezing. That's why I'm wearing my coat. Check out our new coat. Same coats, just warmer. It's got like a different lining in it.
So Chad, you guys know that the car is Rogue, and I was talking to Chad the other day, and we were texting back and forth, and all of a sudden he sent me this picture of a neon sign that says Rogue, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's tight.
Is that the green one you showed?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yep.
Really,
That'd be badass in the shop.
Amazing. Yeah,
Cool.
she's actually today's the day that we're supposed to be doing the judging for the Radical Build-Off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's snow on the ground and there's ice on the roads.
Yeah, there's no way. We're supposed to actually, today we're supposed to be
driving
the car, putting some miles on it, so we can send in the footage or whatever, but it's not going to happen. We're going to have, we can't drive it outside right now because there's salt all over the road, snow, ice, whatever.
Yeah, months ago, I just realized like the timing, and I said, no, just stop right now because we can't drive it. I won't, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had to,
It would be, right now, it would be driving it in snow and salt, because.
And there's not a lot of snow, but there's already been salt on the ground.
They were salting today.
Yeah.
So it would have been bad. So I'm glad that we took the road we did, and we'll build a better, cleaner car for it, I think. So yeah, we're excited to get back hauling butt on that thing.
Yeah, which I'm hoping that this week I'll be able to start back on Rogue, and because I've had a lot of people ask me, hey, what's with Rogue? Where's Rogue? Where's Rogue? And it's like, hey, we got to do other stuff. We have a life that we have to take care of business and, take care of all this other crap. And then now that we're caught up, we can start jamming on it again. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to get everything's coming out of the shop. We have the unibody that we're building and Rogue, and that's it.
And we want to get the 35 back on the road.
Yeah, if I can get the white hose.
Yeah.
I always have the wrong black hose.
Yes, he does. Anyways, we'll get the 35 back on the road, and then that's going to go, we're going to put that up for sale. So anybody interested?
Is that our land?
Nope, that's not that's a different land.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's your land, but he's not the land you're thinking he is. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. That's all it really matters.
So a lot of these questions I'll try to answer afterwards maybe, or we'll do another live.
Oh, wow. He's hiring near Atlantic City, Atlantic Coast Auto Body and Restoration, mostly classic builds. Very cool. So anybody out in that neck of the woods, that would be outstanding. You know, getting into this industry, people think, and you know, because that's kind of my end of things is, you know, the looking for people, but man, people always think they want to work in a hot rod shop, so they work in the hot rod shop and realize that you don't build a car in a week and then stand outside and clap. That's not real.
And I don't care how many guys you have, when you're doing a full custom car or even just a restoration, there's thousands and thousands of hours that go into it. People don't realize that. You know, you watch these TV shows and
Oh, you can take shortcuts.
oh
I mean,
yeah, you can take shortcuts.
You can take shortcuts. You can do things a little easier, not do them as thoroughly. You can not change. You can not like weld in a new piece and just cover it up. I mean, there's ways to make it shorter.
The reason she's
easier.
saying that though, we've seen all that crap.
And we take it out and we put metal in.
And
So
we've had cars that came in here before where they had quarter panels that were crooked, and we're looking at them, and the quarter panel is welded over a rusty quarter panel that's on the car. The doors don't close. The car's folding in half.
one
Just-
time there was a rear end. The drive line was too long. Remember that one?
There's been some
Poor
stupid
car. It was a beautiful little car, but it was one that was kind of done a little bit less than what we would have done had we done it. But the big problem was that the drive line came down like this and the rear end met it like this and it bumped down the road. Oh,
making a horrible noise. Yeah.
oh, and the sweetest people on that car. So we got it so it doesn't lump. We did a lot of work to that car, but you know, that's what we see. So that's one of those things that we try to stop, you know, as our like public service announcement. So if you're taking the shortcuts and that's what you have to do, that's cool. And if that's in your skill set, you do you, boo. You know, we think about people with kit cars. Like there's a guy in another town that we see at different shows and different events, and he's got a beautiful kit car. But he said, I can't build the car, but I wanted to build the car, so I bought a kit car. And it's beautiful. And he's proud of it, and you have to be excited for the guy because that was what he was capable of, and he loves his car. So I guess that's my little public service announcement for the day is just build the car you love.
So on our channel, what I wanted to ask is, like, what would you guys want to see as far as welding, fabrication, you know, anything like that? You know, the stuff that you enjoy on our channel, what is it? You know, it's hard when somebody's like, well, can you build a Chevy truck bed for a blah, 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 whatever? Well, no, because that's not what we're doing right now. But if you guys want to say, hey, when you're doing something, like maybe if there's a video that I'm doing, a part on the planishing hammer, and you're like, hey, will you do some more in-depth videos on that? I don't mind doing that. If I have the time, I'll do it. Or if you see something on the English wheel that we're doing, or forming, or shaping, or you want to look at hammers, or you want to look at whatever, you know, tell us what you want to see on the channel. And, you know, as far as like Rogue, I'm going to be building the hood. Well, the hood's built. I have to do a bunch of forming and shaping and stuff to match the grill. And I have the doors built, but I got to get the hinges put in there. And, you know, if there's something you guys want to see on the unibody or some of the project cars we have in the shop, just say, hey, I'd like to see this, you know, whatever, and throw a comment down below. And it doesn't have to be this video. It could be one of the other videos that we're doing, you know, in the future or whatever. So, and I appreciate all the support on the channel, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. There's a question that says, do you know any other good brand? I can't even read because I need my cheaters. For sandbags, because now Eastwood takes 2 to 3 months to deliver. You know, we actually were talking to a guy who does upholstery about building beater bags. But, you know, it's a really difficult thing because I think that even I think everything is kind of subject to this delay. Like your poor Evaco Rust, which by the way, the people they're sending us a new one because they don't even know why it got stopped. But I think that's the same thing that you're dealing with now, you're going to continue to deal with maybe if you're even trying to build your own beater bag.
But there's a guy on Instagram,
Yeah.
It's South Dakota Joe, and he builds some badass beater bags, and his prices are really good.
Yeah.
And he has just tons of them on his Instagram, so I know that guy can get some out to you.
Who is he the guy who sent you that great small one?
No, that's Tim the Tool Man. Yep.
Like
He's awesome. If he's
Auburn
watching,
Home-
thanks, Tim.
like
Appreciate
Auburn
it.
Home Improvement?
No, not that Tim the Tool Man. Everybody on the internet, he sends people tools all the time.
Oh.
And so I got to build him a custom hammer, which was really, really fun to do.
Yeah.
And I sent it back to him, and he was happy with it and everything. But the guy, it was awesome. He sent me some hammers and dollies and some beater bags and stuff like that.
So what's the beater bag guy's name? Dakota Joe or
South Dakota Joe, yeah.
Sodak Joe or something?
Yeah, it's like Sodak Joe on Instagram. But if you go on Instagram and look up beater bags, he'll pop up, or like panel shaping hammers.
I don't know if I would search beater bags.
Yeah, you might find something.
It might be stuff you don't want to see. But yeah, I think it is Sodak Joe.
Yeah.
Like SODAK Joe, or whatever, J-O. But it should come up.
What else you got on there?
I don't know. I can't read. Please more metal work, says Mopermut62.
We're working on it. There's going to be some coming up real soon, too.
I can't read. Oh, so Empty Pocket Build says, just purchased my first TIG welder. Haven't even used it yet. TIG tip videos would be cool. Well, you could maybe videotape you learning.
Yeah, and there you go. Because like I said, I have
kinks to work out.
I have this Eastwood, which it works really good, this TIG welder, but there's a lot of little secrets that I need to learn, like, you know, on the collets and the parts on the TIG gun or the Stinger.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of parts that I want to learn how to change them out and trick them out the way I want. And as I'm doing that, yeah, I can do some filming and say, hey, you know, if you guys know some secrets, let me know what I'm doing wrong or whatever.
So with your one you had in California, did you have the same issues when you first started using that, where you had to work out the kinks? No, but it was a lot bigger machine than this one. Oh, okay.
And it was water cooled. So I think a lot of that, you know, it's a way different machine. So that's probably the Eastwood 200 TIG is a lot smaller. It's not water cooled, and the one that I was using was an older water cooled version. And the only thing I had to do on that one is I had a water line break one time, and I had to fix that. But other than that, it was just like, you know, slap it down and go. Weld some beautiful stainless and steel and just everything.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy though. Well, I guess that's just growth as a person. You just learn new things, and you know, it's a challenge, but it's a beautiful machine. And when you have been able to weld with it, it's been great. So let's just jump on it again.
Yeah, and I need to get it out anyways because I got a lot of stuff that I want to weld on road.
Yep.
Like on the dashboard, I got a bunch of stainless, and what I want to do is I want to take there's a couple spots in the dash. The whole dash is stainless because the dashboard is, I almost said out of the dash of a Studebaker, but it's the grill off of a 48 Studebaker Champion. No, because knowing you'll knock the computer over. And
I wouldn't. He acts like him klutzy. Weird. Not like I dropped the camera in the middle of the video. Anyways, how about stick welding and old school brazing?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of times where I got to do the brazing and the stick welding, and then not only the brazing, but the old school style gas welding. And when I do that, I promise you I will do a video.
I actually want a brazed car. Remember that? I've said that for the longest time. I want a car that's all the welding on it is brazing. So
there's a car, when we were back in the 50s, there was this car that was sick. It was all brazed and everything. Awesome. And all the panels on this car were copper, all hand-formed copper, and you had these old ship-style rivets in there and stuff.
It was
cool. Badass. It was just a piece of artwork, you know? It was beautiful.
Yeah, back in the 50s, man, I missed that.
Yeah, because they canceled it this year and last year too? No, just this year.
Yeah. Or 2020.
But we didn't get to go last year because it was your mom's birthday.
My mom turned 80. No, my mom turned 80 this year.
There's something we didn't go for.
I don't remember why we didn't go.
I don't know.
We probably didn't want to people. Sometimes we don't people well. So I'm missing a question here. Please more metal work, more badass tool hauls. Really? Resto Rob. That's awesome. Yeah, check his channel out too. He's got some really cool stuff. And I swear, these tool restoration videos.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
So I don't know if any of y'all like your ladies like pimple popping videos, but most of my friends do. And I swear the tool restorations are like the dude's version of the pimple popping videos. Sorry, but they're like all satisfying and calm and boost raba. I love it. They're great. So not that, you know, don't take anything negative about that at all, because I love pimple popping videos. So that's like a high compliment for me. Sorry.
How did our deal go?
Because this is how we are. Anyway. That's why people don't like to talk to me. That would
No,
be
it's because
good.
you're messed up in the head.
Let's see. SoCal in the house. Hi, how are you?
Chingo 805.
Oh my
Awesome.
gosh. Did you just throw like a half-ass bin sign?
That's that south side thing right there, yeah.
We live on this. Never mind.
NorCal, baby, come on.
Let's see. Do you do lead work?
No, if I said I do lead work, I would be lying because yes, I've done it. And when I was done doing it, it looked so bad that I was just like.
Is that why you're really good at the files?
Probably. Yep. But as far as lead work, the biggest part that I learned, and like I said, I did it when I was younger, and I learned later as I got older that the problem that I was having is, and I talked to Bill Hines and Gene Wingfield, these guys or whatever, and what they were saying is if you don't have the stuff super clinical clean before you lead everything, that's where the problem is going to be. And that's, I think, now that I think back, that's where I had the problems, with the lead, because I had problems with it coming off and not sticking, and then I never ground the area, so it wasn't like it didn't have anything to stick to. And when I was done, it looked so bad. It was horrible.
You didn't grind the area? You're like a grinding the area.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
Oh, okay, because maybe that's part of why you learned. Yeah, we've had people that don't prep the area they're going to be welding good enough, and that's not his favorite. It gets bad. It gets kind of ugly, and they're like grinding things. So by the time he's done, let's see. Ha, that's great. I talked with Scout Cracker about a soothing resto video. That's awesome. Make sure you use like those tones from public radio. Like here, your nice soft rock song. Like that.
Tool restorations are the bomb. What's Resto Rob saying right here?
That's what he was saying.
Oh, okay.
Is that I'm onto something.
I figured that'd be him saying that.
Who's smiling? This guy?
I'm not smiling. What the hell?
You better freaking smile.
All right, let's get out of here. I'm done with these people.
I like them. Butthead.
We're gonna go home and have some coffee, and there's no kids at the house, so we're gonna relax, spend some time together. So
we had the best day yesterday. So all my kids were here, and my grand dogs were here.
Grand dogs.
Grand puppies. They're freaking cute. All right, you guys. Oh God, my face itches. All right, well, y'all, thank you.
Thanks a lot for all the support on the channel, and if you guys want to see some more lives, shoot us a message and say you want to see some more lives.
They might be more organized than this.
Yeah, what we're gonna do though is we're not gonna always just stand here and talk to the camera. Heidi's gonna try to get it set up. We're getting some different cameras and stuff, so we can do some lives in the shop, and we're actually gonna put some cameras in the shop so that when we're working on road, grinding, welding, fabrication, and we're just gonna sit at the live, and I'm not gonna answer questions and just let it roll.
Yeah, so you can ask public. Well, I think we can turn the questions off. So they
but you can also, if you're in here and I'm doing like fabrication and
I suppose
sheet metal work or whatever, you can answer some
You always
questions.
tell me I don't do anything but social media anyways, so.
She just sits on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook makes us money. Later, guys, that's awesome. Yeah, and I can't wait to see this video from Glenn at NZ Mopar, because it's going to be badass.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
We've already had some teaser videos. I swear I'm a jelly bean. I wish I was there.
It's pretty cool though. Our channel, our YouTube channel, we're almost to 25,000.
23.5.
Yeah, but we're getting close to
Yeah.
25,000 subs, which I never thought it'd make it over 100 subs, to be honest.
Right.
But because of you guys, everybody's been subbing the channel and stuff, and I appreciate that. If anybody's watching right now and you haven't subbed the channel, please hit the subscribe button, and that helps out,
And ding the bell.
And when we hit 25,000 subs, I'm gonna do a giveaway of some sort. We're gonna do something where
something. We've been tossing around some ideas, and we're not gonna like do we want to get to 25,000 subs, so then we're gonna give away something. No, we're gonna organically get there, and when we get there, our loyal fans are gonna be the people who get the chance to win something, not a bunch of people that just sub to win. I'm not a fan of that. I think it's just not something
because there's a lot of people on here that've been here for a long time.
Right. I prefer loyalty over gimmicks. Does that make sense? I don't know. I mean, it's not like you can answer me. But anyways, somebody just asked how you got, what was your reason to move to Minnesota?
So I came back here, I went through a nasty divorce, and I came back here to visit
Oh my
my dad. I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, I'm so freaking dramatic.
And I came back here to visit my dad. I was moving to Alaska to go to work for a mining company. And I met Heidi, and we started talking and dating and hanging out, and I fell in love with Big Falls, and I love this
You
place.
fell in love with the town before.
Yeah.
Right? Thanks.
And so, so, you know, been here ever since, and I've been in Minnesota now for 7 years. I can't believe that. It's gone fast.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, in December it'll be 17.
But I love Minnesota's badass. I can't stand California. I have all my friends there and stuff. I miss them. I miss my family. And
we were just having this conversation about the beautiful places and,
Yep.
and the things that are so beautiful, and then they're countered by the things that are
by
so
the piece of crap people that are
by
there.
the
You know?
things that are so bad. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like it really sucks that all that beauty is also surrounded by crime and corruption and nastiness. It's just, you know, I like living in a town of 200 people where I'm related to 198 of them. Makes me pretty happy. That's why when he came to town, I wrapped him up. So, loyalty is king. Amen. That's just how I am. I'm like, you guys have been loyal to us since day one. Well, him since day one, me recently.
Everybody hates you.
I know I'm a pain in the ass. I know, for real. At least, you know, some people don't mind if I talk. Some people,
I don't even listen to her anymore. I'm just like, whatever.
he doesn't. Ever.
All right, well, we're gonna get out of here. You guys have a good night. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you. And now
Appreciate it,
I
you
have
guys.
to shut this thing off here.
Kill it.
All right, you guys have a great night. Bye.